wrap up the 13 roads, and I have a couple of questions around the capacity of our local contractors. I know Sky and Caleb also have other questions.
Yeah, so the construction of the Siame interchange and local roads is next. Then there's the National Route 18 from Wa to Han Road, the dualization of the Takrady-Agona Junction Road.
The one you said did not pay the guy anymore.
The reconstruction of the Navrongo-Chuchiliga-Sandema Road.
Okay.
The rehabilitation of the Tepa Mabangoaso Road. And the rehabilitation of the Hohoija Second Road. The upgrading of the Nkwanta Oti Damunko Road.
Every time you did the road inside.
The reconstruction of the Have Hohoi Road.
Have Hohoi.
The dualization of Adenta Dodoa Road and reconstruction of Jini Samba
I don't
Road.
see the Fufusu Sola Road, and I'm worried about that because when we use the road, and by the way, listeners, Fufusu Sola is basically the connection between Tamale. It's one of the across roads. The Tamale all the way to when you're going to Bole, and then part of it can take you to Wa. That road had deteriorated so badly. I haven't seen it anywhere on your list.
Yes, so like I said, Big Push is not the only road interventions we are doing. In fact, if you check, we have more than 100 individual projects.
Okay.
So those are not here because we were dealing with the corridors. You are talking about what you are explaining is like west towards the east. So that is why it's not on this list.
So
and
this
currently,
north, south, and then down.
Currently there's not a contract on that, an active contract on that. So this list is the ones that have got some contract on them that we are novating onto the Big Push.
So when will we get the next list of roads? Because at least now you've told me that these 45 roads, in 2 years they will be finished. But there are so many roads. Are you going to get another tranche of money? So is it end of year you're going to tell me, I want another list of roads? Because, for example, there are so many people who send roads that are not in this list.
Exactly.
When will they hear from you?
Okay. So concurrently, they will notice that there are roads that I've not mentioned here that will start around the same time. But they are not a Big Push size or focus of road. So there will be another 50 or so roads that will be started around the same time. I don't have that list here because the focus is on Big Push and the budget review. And so all those will come. And then there's the second phase of Big Push, which would be projects such as the paragraph 4 of the statement, which will be the Accra-Kumasi expressway, the outer ring road of Kumasi. If you notice, we said we are doing the first quadrant, which is from Ejisu all the way up to to join the existing road coming from Swami Interchange. Now, then we are talking about Adoso Echiamanfo Bridge, which is something that we have all talked about. In fact, the previous government actually contracted a loan to do that bridge, if you remember. And unfortunately, the debt situation means that one has also been abandoned. Why haven't we included those ones? Because these ones need detailed studies, costing before we get there. So as we speak, we are awarding the contract for the study, costing of those roads at the same time. So by the time we are maybe February, March next year, we'll have details of the cost and the technical details of this. Then they can be included in the next phase.
I have a couple of questions for you on this.
Yes.
Why are you talking about an Accra-Kumasi expressway when there is already an Accra-Kumasi road which hasn't been finished? Because, for example, if I look at the list of roads in the previous budgets, Konongo bypass, southbound, northbound, Enyiresi bound bypass, northbound, southbound, Enyenem, Osino. So these are projects that were awarded under the previous admin, which I haven't seen in your list. And yet you are telling me that you are going to do an Accra-Kumasi expressway. Through where?
Okay, so it's on a green field. The studies would determine the alignment. But the question you ask is very important, and my colleague, the former road minister, raised this. Bernard, I came to office knowing how I've been around the road sector for a while. I knew that they were building some bypasses on Accra-Kumasi Road. When I came to office, we called for a meeting. And in fact, many of the contractors stopped working on that, except one lot, which has been completed. And guess what? The way they awarded it is that we have going towards Kumasi and coming towards Accra. So they award one direction to one contractor and the other one. The only portion of this road which has been completed, The only contractor who completed is in the middle of somewhere. So that road has been completed, but it's in the wilderness. It's not connected to any section of the road, so cannot be used. That is how bad the situation is. But simply because when the projects were awarded, the total value of these bypasses was about 1.9 billion cedis. All of a sudden, when I came to office, I was told that we needed another 1.7 billion cedis to complete them. In fact, if you see the breakdown, some of the projects require more than 100% of the original cost to complete. That is a red flag. What went wrong to the extent that a project had been started? Is it the case that they forgot something? You remember my little banter with the former Minister for Road. When the technocrats were called and the finance minister was there, why did we have to pay an additional $1.7 billion Ghana cedi? They said that the contractors were only shown a video footage of a drone on alignment. They got to the site to realize that on top of, under the cocoa trees was a galamsey site and other things. And they spent more money treating the land. That is why they needed 1.7 billion. Who is expecting me to just say that, yes, we are taking on the 1.7 billion without actually understanding whether that is true or not? So the reason you don't see the bypasses being novated onto the big push is because there are issues that needed to be treated. In any case, what they are doing about dualization of the Accra-Kumasi road is not wrong. We will continue with it. But Accra-Kumasi, the super highway, because currently it goes through communities and everything, we want to build a road as a new growth pole towards Kumasi.
But when I understand it, but you are doing Pokwasi to Nsawam.
Yes.
They've listed 4 bypasses, which I believe are the 4 main bottlenecks when you are going to Kumasi.
Yeah.
There's the Osino bypass, Enyinam bypass. Enyinam is Etiwa West. Then there's the Enyirasi bypass, and then there's the Kunungu bypass. These are the 4 major places you get traffic when you are going.
Yes.
So, in my view, if you finish these 4 bypasses and you finish your Pokwasi in Sawam, essentially Accra-Kumasi is dualized.
No, it will still have about 100 kilometers left, about 90 something.
Of course, in between.
Yes.
But I'm saying that these are the 4 big bottlenecks that they are dualizing northbound, southbound.
Yes.
And from the document I have, Enyinam bypass is 100% done. Osino southbound 78, Osino northbound 68, Enyinam southbound 58 done. Enyiresi 63, 62, Konongo 80, 68. So this means that this is actually very close to finishing. So why don't you fill in the gaps?
None of them is, like I said, only one is up to finish. But the issue is about the fact that we needed to raise another 1.67 billion. We need to understand why this is so. So no one is saying that it will not be completed. In fact, the fact that it's not part of Big Push simply means that we need to address the issue of why has the project cost overrun amount to almost 100%.
So are you auditing or?
Yes, that is what we are looking into it. So nobody is saying we are abandoning this. And in any case, it's just like saying
but
that
the longer it takes, the more it gets expensive. You know this. That once a road, in fact, one of the problems you have is that when roads take long, they get deteriorated. So if somebody says I've done a road 70%,
yeah,
I'm thinking you should be in a hurry to finish it quickly.
No, you see, there's a difference. The reason we got here as a country, let me tell you the fact. It started in 2017. When government took over, you remember Cocoa Road, some of them were 98%, and they said that we are doing auditing and left them to rot. As of today, we've never asked any contractor to suspend work. In fact, even the contractors working on the bypass, none of them has ever been told to stop work. They basically stop work because the guy has got a lot which is 340 million Ghana cedi. He's drawn down 310 million Ghana cedi. He needs another 200 million Ghana cedi to do the work. He wants to find out whether the 200 million will be added to the project before he goes back to site. And for me to be able to say, add the 200 million, we need to find out why was this. And that is why somebody asked the question. And then when the question was answered that it is because they use a drone to define the alignment instead of going to the ground, then we now need to find out if the people who took that decision are still there. They are probably taking worse decisions today to put us in bigger problems. So we tidy up the process. So yes, that will be completed, but that doesn't stop us. In fact, getting from Accra to Tema, we have the motorway, but we are still spending to build the beach road because you always need alternatives.
And by the way, the beach road is also not in your list.
Yes, that is a good question. Let me explain that.
Why interchange is 80% done and it's been left? So why is the beach road not in your list?
Another beautiful question. Because those are part of the China Development Bank agreement. And then you notice that last month, beginning of the month, myself and the finance minister were in Beijing to have a discussion with our counterpart. Those are part of our Chinese relationship. We need to clear some of them. Another part is the Sino Hydro project, which were abandoned. Fortunately, Sino Hydro has signed up to the debt restructuring. So you will soon see that the rest of the project within the portfolio of Sino Hydro, they may go back to site, including PTC runabout, to complete them.
Last point. When I was young, most roads were done by foreign contractors and maybe CP. Yes. So there was Micheletti and then there was a few others.
Yes.
I think in the past 15 years, we've seen a lot of local contractors.
Yes.
Are you confident that the big push has enough quality local contractors to deliver the quality you want and also to keep, because when you have a foreign company, sometimes the financing is external and sometimes also the profit doesn't stay. But when you build strong local contractors, then you are supporting your economy. So what's the outlook for local contractors for this big push? Do you have like 10 world-class local contractors you can say can do any road? Because we brought Keros Galvao, we had all kinds of people coming to do some of our big roads. So I just want you to deal with that local contractor point before we come to specific roads. Yeah.
Quick one. As we speak, the only foreign contractor who is, in my view, really doing the work by themselves is more or less Inzag. That is Ashama runabout towards Timpoku. BHM, which is supposed to be doing from motorway to Central University, is a management company. And if you notice, it was First Sky and others who were actually doing the road. In reality, many foreign contractors, apart from the ones you mentioned in those days, who did the work themselves, many foreign contractors, when they take the project, they become managers. It is Ghanaians who do the work. The reason you don't see Ghanaians leading this sometimes is because of the cost of investment. But some of them have built their capacity now. What we need, in reality, is the supervision. We need to have very straightforward, professional supervisors who are Ghanaians to be able to do this. I have faith in the Ghanaian engineer to supervise work to make sure the quality is achieved. I have faith in the Ghanaian. In fact, the reason we are saying that the phase 2, the tranche 2 of the motorway to Central University will no longer be done by, BHM, but by First Sky, simply because I believe First Sky has the capacity. However, if you probably give that job to First Sky without proper supervision, he will probably still disappoint. So we are not going to leave anybody to we trust you. But I have no doubt that the Ghanaian can build anything. In any case, what is a road? 80% of what you need to build a road is here in this country. You don't need to import cement. Iron rod, crash rocks and other things. So what exactly is coming from abroad? It's the financing. Who can tell me that the civil engineer, some of us went to school abroad. We sat in the same class as everybody.
A bonus question. It looks like your ministry finances the biggest risk. Yes. Some people are asking me whether you explore using pension funds for some type of roads that can pay for themselves, because in Western countries, some of their pension funds are leveraged to do PPPs and payments come back in a way that grows their portfolio. Yeah. If we are supposed to raise more money locally, do you want to broach that subject of additional sources of financing locally? Will pension funds be something you consider?
The government, through the finance ministry, is exploring this. Yes, I know that the pension fund has got very healthy amounts in there, and there are other funds. In fact, some of the banks have been coming forward to do things. But you see, some of those things can be done beyond the IMF, because currently we are not allowed to actually enter into anything that looks close enough to what you can call government taking on additional borrowing or commitment.
As policeman.
Exactly. So yes, in fact, people come to me every day. I have a friend in Dubai who have got 2 billion. I have a friend in Turkey who have got 3 billion. I simply say that we are under an IMF program. You would require government commitment, and the government cannot give you one cedi commitment as long as we remain under this program. So, by those ones, I know the finance ministry is employing.
Most of the comments we've gotten are from people saying, when will you do this road? When will you do this Santoro? So, what I want you to know is there a rubric you use for choosing a road? For example, Santoro, Simon Road has been on. They've done. Are you going to have a certain? Are we going to vote Are you going to throw a ballot and just close your eyes and pick one? Are you going to say who voted for NDC and therefore how are you going to choose? Because there's so many roads that need
So,
work.
also some there are concerns over the Sherman Township roads.
Yes.
Why are you not connecting them to
Sherman
the
Township?
Accra, to
Okay.
So that's why we're asking a general question.
No, it's
What
important.
is the basis?
Yeah, you know, Sherman is my constituent.
Yes, me
so
too.
I'm asking that, and I'll ask the whole one.
Okay.
Just
No, I support you with 100 bags of cement.
I beg.
What
That's the only
method will
leverage I
you
have.
use to decide which road will because you have a phase 2 roads coming.
Yes.
How are you going to choose them?
Okay, some of the roads you have just mentioned are already under contract and contractors on site. The reason the contractors are not actively working is because we owe them some money. For instance, if you come from East Legon, we call it East Legon Hills. All that road that goes all the way back to the motorway.
Yeah.
Just more is already on there. He's doing concrete works as we speak. So it's not that. And then from all the way from Junction Mall, Underbridge,
Yes.
Ashama Underbridge, in front of Ashama Market,
Yes.
all the way back to where the INZAC project starts at the Ashama interchange. It is already under the Chinese contractor is supposed to be working on there. And then there are some internal roads in Ashama. Those ones come under what we are supposed to do with the Ghana Road Maintenance Trust Fund. So we have different levels of interventions. So fortunately, Parliament passed the Road Maintenance Trust Fund. From now, if you hear me, I'm saying that the sharing of the Road Maintenance Trust Fund will be a factor of Parliament distributing and saying we should do this and that. So some of those are not going to be the decision of the minister alone. But the selection is mostly based on need and with the mindset that we need to do equity. When I went round in OT region, I did not see a single active contractor on site. The entire region.
Wow.
That is not what will bring equity.
That's not
So
acceptable.
once we do the Dambai Bridge, we are going to do from Dambai towards another direction. You will realize that we are opening up the country. So everybody should rest assured. It's all about time. Unfortunately, road works are such that it takes time to come to fruition. Once you start and you don't stop, you deliver them within time. So, but I'm hopeful, and I'm making a commitment that within 2 years there should be visible signs that these roads that we have mentioned, they will see visible signs.
Don't
that
you think
some
you
are
need to
completed.
finish the road before you start the tolls? Because now you say you have sent the toll thing to Parliament,
Yes.
and we should pay.
Yes.
You said it wouldn't cause traffic. I'm still wondering how it will work.
Okay,
Can you
it's a
describe
very
that for us?
simple thing. The old toll regime is not coming back. We are never going to build any impediment in any road saying that we are somebody standing there collecting toll. It's all on electronic platform. So, for instance, we spend about $100 million there building an interchange. Very simple. Put a gantry on it with an AI camera. In fact, every exit out of East Legon would have a camera, because currently, if you live in East Legon and you do your funerals in Kumasi and you have nothing to do with in Tema, you might live your life from birth to death without paying a toll anywhere. That is what it is. Guess what? But the biggest thing, we spent money to build a tunnel to East Legon.
So you want to make
Then
it
we
central
build-
London?
Yes, and then, exactly. So
Congestion charge.
you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
When I pass under the gantry, it will scan my car number. Or
Yes. So we are working already with a Ghana card. Yes.
Is that money for my momo?
Yes. No, it doesn't have to be Momo. It can be your bank card. Just you can buy a scratch card.
So trotro drivers will pay.
No, yes, Trotro that will pay, but there's a different regime. For instance, public transport, Uber and other things
Will be spared.
will be not spared, but we can decide that okay, you are public transport. You cross this camera 50 times a day because of the nature of your work. You pay one-off amount, and then for the 24 hours, you don't have to pay. That is how it is. But I used to live in Tema and working in Accra. When I even leave Tema, pay my toll. When I forget something, I go back home. I pay anyway. So it's not going to be different.
So there will be no block.
No
traffic.
no impediment. And then we are not going to toll any unengineered road. So nobody is going to toll the rough road leading to any community. That will be unfair. But as soon as we make an intervention, which that is we spend money to improve that road, depending on the location of the road, the graduation of how much you pay will be determined.
Yeah, but Madam Minister, may I want an assurance from you? I heard that you are talking about my road, and on this occasion I'm talking about the Denu all the way to Ho, the capital of the Volta region. Yes. When exactly are you breaking ground for that road project to start?
Okay.
And then also, secondly, there's this road known as the Jekiti Road connecting us, Akosombo.
Yes.
People like Vera Haibo, who are from the middle part of the Volta region, are concerned that for some reason nothing is being said about that road, although you are doing a fine work. So tell us now, what assurances are there to deal with these two main roads?
Okay. If everything goes to plan, within 3 weeks, majority of the contractors, the contracts or the project listed here should be on site.
Okay.
And I hope before the end of within the middle of the month, the groundbreaking should start.
Beautiful.
For many of these projects.
So it's middle of August.
Yes. Many of them should start.
Okay.
Bernard, I appreciate that we are trying to connect regions, big roads that will do that. But in the cities, most of the arterial roads are in very bad shape. Yeah. And others, when done, will improve or reduce traffic on the main roads. If you go to the Atomic Junction stretch, it's a very bad one. Riz Junction all the way to Boteman is also very bad. Is there any plan to maintain one and rehabilitate those that are really bad?
Excellent. Yeah, for instance, if you try to fly out of the country through Kutuka, most of the evenings, and on 2 occasions I have to jump and take a motorbike. Yes. That's just last year. Last year I have to. Otherwise, I was going to miss my flight.
Wow.
Because heading towards the airport in the evening is just very bad. Okay. The good thing is that our airport has become very attractive, so the volumes of traffic is increasing. But you notice that there are bottlenecks going to the airport. So we need to actually do something from Lands Commission all the way to connect back to the motorway at, Polo Club. There's already a project up to Polo Club, but we need to work on that. Currently, even the airport traffic light that we know doesn't work sometimes. Because from the traffic light, then you get to airport shell. So that runabout. So there's a bottleneck. So there has to be a synergy between what to resolve and all the way to the traffic light that leads to Association School. Yeah. And then the Kaukuri Junction. And then even the 37 Hospital. That ought to be an interchange by now because
that thing
exactly because that's a hospital. Yeah. There's an emergency going in there exactly. So, but all those are part of things that we have worked on, hoping that maybe once we get out of the IMF, it is easier to get other sources of funding so that we can be addressing them at the same time.
So let's put it this way. Since he says by 1st September, these projects will start, maybe in the last quarter of the year, he needs to come back and give us a progress report.
Exactly.
Because by which time there will be something to report.
Yes.
So I want to leave it here.
Yeah. Bernard, I just want
Instead
to...
of coming
here,
I'll take you along to the site.
This one, I just want to inform him. Yes. So my mother is from Seva, which is in the Ketabi. The road connecting Anyako plus Seva to Fega to Seva. It's been destroyed. It's been destroyed by the
Akosombo village. Yes,
the people are struggling to get into
the cemeteries, and
buying fish has become a problem. Mr. Minister, as you are here, I'm holding your leg. When you go back to your ministry, try and find some money so that we can go and save our people. It is an important appeal I'm making.
Have you considered being an MP?
No, not at all.
No, I think if you look at the area he's described, it's a very serious matter. Yeah. I was with the president when the tidal wave situation happened, and I heard somebody saying that even the cemetery is gone. Yeah. It's a very sad situation. That morning before we went there, some graves have to be relocated because the sea have basically ravaged the whole place. Fortunately, I think just last week the president actually asked the contractor to site work to save that part of the land. Part of the reason we were not working on part of those is that even if you were to do an intervention, the road will be washed away by the sea. So we need to do the sea defense to protect the sea from coming any further, then we can improve the road. So all that is in
Thank
plan.
you, Governs.
Thank you so
Kwame
much.
Agbodza. The name Governs. I don't know where you got it from.
But you didn't let the lady ask any.
Okay, your last question, please.
Yes, I would be interested in the Adenta Dodowa Road. That, you know, the construction began and then it halted, and there was a lot of dust and inconvenience. So maybe some timelines for that.
So the contractor, to be honest, did a fantastic job. Oswald did a very good job, and he's determined to go back to site. We owe him some money. It's part of the payment we are trying to make as quickly as possible.
Right.
But the good thing is that it's being captured as part of the project we are innovating onto Big Push. So it will all be completed within the 2 years that we are talking about.
Thank you, Minister.
Thank you so much.